Hi, here we'll talk about Swachh Bharat Mission. It is a national campaign launched by the Government of India on 2nd October 2014. So it was the dream of Gandhiji to see the India clean. So that is why it is launched on 2nd October by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi at Rajghat, New Delhi. So the main aim was to eradicate open defecation by 2019. It is launched in 2014. They wanted to eradicate this open defecation by 2019 by constructing 12 million toilets in the rural India. So the components include 6 things. The first is household toilets. So whatever the toilets, it's like renovating the toilets, right? So whatever the insanitary toilets are there in the house, they are converted into this pour flush latrines or the sanitary latrines. So household toilets, and second is community toilets. In some places, the place is so constrained that they cannot provide individual toilets for individual homes, right? So they'll provide this one toilet for the group of residents living over there. So the shared facility for the group of residents in the low income and the slums or informal settlements where the space is constrained in providing household toilets. So instead of providing this household toilets, because of the space is very constrained, they'll provide this one single toilet for the group of people. That is known as community toilets. It is seen in low income or the slums or the informal settlements areas. Coming to the public toilets, whenever you go to markets like Raitu Bazaar or railway stations, tourist places or near office complexes, you can see some toilets. GHMC toilets, right? So they'll take some 5 rupees or 2 rupees and they'll let you use the toilet. So it is for the floating population in markets, railway stations, tourist places. So they are building these public toilets to avoid open defecation. Coming to the fourth one, which is solid waste management. If you remember in 2014, I guess, when the Modi government came into play, they provided every house with 2 types of dustbins. One is green and one is blue for the dry waste and the wet waste, right? So they are focusing on the waste segregation, proper resource recovery, processing of the waste, treatment of the waste, and final disposal of the solid waste. So the main things you have to write under this solid waste management is waste segregation. Remember the dustbins. So they are focusing on the waste segregation and resource recovery, processing and treatment of the waste. Coming to IEC and the public awareness. What is IEC? It is information, education, communication. So through this IEC, they are spreading awareness in the people, changing their mindsets regarding this cleanliness, sanitization, hygiene practices and all. And 6th point is capacity building. So capacity building is nothing but taking people and giving them jobs. So providing employment for the people regarding the Swachh Bharat mission. For example, rag pickers, they do not have this fixed source of income. They depend on the daily wages and they do not get adequately paid for the hard work they put in, right? So these rag pickers are now taken into the Swachh Bharat mission. So they integrated into formal system of Swachh Bharat mission into cities. Rag pickers are being employed in the Swachh Bharat mission. And also private sector participation, modern and scientific waste management. These are also employed in capacity building, administrative and office expenses. So what are we doing? We are taking rag pickers and providing them a job in Swachh Bharat mission. We are also letting the private sector involvement, modern and the scientific waste management involvement. Now coming to the Swachh Bharat mission, it is of 2 types. One is for the urban, one is for the rural. For the urban, it is called as Swachh Bharat Mission Urban, and for the rural, it is called as Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin. Let us see the objectives of Swachh Bharat Mission Urban. The first is to eliminate open defecation. What are they doing? They are converting all the household toilets which were insanitary into sanitary ones, and they are not letting people construct this new insanitary toilets, right? And also the pit latrines are converted into sanitary latrines. So the whole point revolves around insanitary latrines are converted into sanitary toilets. The second point is to eradicate manual scavenging. They do not want this people or the humans to handle this human waste as it can be harmful. So they are trying to eradicate manual scavenging, instead of which they are bringing some new modern scientific solid waste management, capacity augmentation, private sector participation. So they are focusing on scientific methods rather than involving men in manual scavenging. So 6th point, awareness. They are spreading awareness on the public health sanitization. It helps in behavioral changes of the people. Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin. Same like the plan was to eradicate open defecation in the urban. Here also we are trying to accelerate sanitization coverage to achieve our vision by 2019. What is our vision? Again, to eradicate this open defecation. Second point in the urban was to eradicate manual scavenging. Here also similar point. We are trying to bring improvement in the general quality of the life in rural areas, right? And the third point was scientific involvement, capacity augmentation, private sector involvement. So here also coming to the 4th point, so cost effective appropriate technology, scientific solid liquid waste management. We are focusing on the scientific techniques. So in the urban, The last point was on spreading awareness. Here also the third point, it is on spreading awareness. Communities and the Panchayati Raj adopt sanitization practices by awareness and educating the people present in the rural areas. The toilet unit comprises of substructure, superstructure. The substructure is related to the sanitary or the sewage system, whereas the superstructure is related to this water facility. So coming to the urban, they have this toilet unit comprising of substructure and the superstructure. The substructure includes sanitary, superstructure include water facility and the hand wash unit. Whereas in the Grameen, the substructure is on-site treatment system, right? Connection to the existing underground sewage system. And the superstructure is pan and water closet. Remember, sub is related to the sewage system management and the super is related to this water facility or the water closet. So this is about Swachh Bharat mission. Bye.